Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to the FTI Podcast. Football's over. It's now racing's time to shine. And this is definitely the podcast to listen to and watch when it comes to racing all over the United States and especially here in the great state of Ohio. I'm Kyle, and joined with me here is Chris and Dan. In the spirit of Valentine's Day, is out on a hot date. He stood us up.
Yeah. We see how it is. He is not about the boys. He doesn't care about us. He doesn't love us anymore.
Bro code, Dan.
Dan doesn't love us. We see how it is. Come season opener, no pictures of Dan's car. We're gonna boycott Dan's car.
We're gonna get great pictures of every other car.
Everyone but Dan. Everything I take of Dan's car is just gonna be a blurry mess. But yeah, how are you doing this week?
I'm doing pretty good. I feel a lot better. So Wednesday, I came down with like a little head cold, and then it progressively got worse throughout the week. And then today it actually started to clear up, and I feel a lot better. So that's great. You know, went and watched zero football on Sunday. Instead, I actually went to Kent State and watched some college gymnastics instead.
I have worked 10 straight days. I'm over 100 hours worked in the last 10 days. I put in 36 hours this weekend at work. So
I don't know. What camera or lens are you buying next?
Right now I think I'm just gonna pay off some bills and debt. I don't have any lenses or cameras I need to buy. A 500 2.0, 2.8 is still a little out of my range there. So we're gonna be responsible now.
Wow, a New Year's resolution. Responsible, Chris.
I say that now. I
give it a month.
I spent $100 on Wiener Dog hockey merch, and I don't even watch hockey.
Is this a team or something?
The Sioux Falls. I don't even remember their regular name. Once a year, one night a year, changes their name to the Fighting Wiener Dogs.
Interesting.
I don't know where he's at. He's probably behind me on the blanket. We all know me and my weenie dogs. So yeah, I bought a hat and a hoodie, and it ended up costing about $100. I really wanted the jersey, but that was $150.
Damn.
So I settled with the hoodie and the hat.
It's pretty freaking expensive.
But they're weenie dogs. But they do like they
30465-225.
That live came back up. Yeah, we were a little late tonight, guys, because we were watching the live from Wayne County. So that's how much we're dying for racing right now. But yeah, the proceeds of the event go to like a dachshund charity. So I had to help out the weenie dogs.
Heck yeah, it's always. So they changed their name around Valentine's Day?
I don't know if it's around Valentine's Day every year, but I saw it on
ironic.
I saw it on TikTok, and within 3 minutes it spent $100. So very normal thing for me. But yeah, so dirt season officially started. Both major series have started. Now, I think we have like a month before High Limit comes back again. I think they're doing a good old IndyCar like schedule. We do one event and then take a month off before coming back.
Yeah, I don't think they don't come back until. Well, no, they have something February 22nd.
So we get a little tease in between.
Yeah. So actually, guys, up on our website we have a whole page dedicated to all major racing series schedules, and you can actually subscribe to the calendar and attach it to your Google iCalendar or Outlook, and that's from theinfield.com/schedules, and you can go there and it has all major races on there all in one place, which is really nice.
You mean to tell me we're organized for once?
Yeah. It took a lot of work. It's a lot of work having to put it all into Excel sheets and then upload it into the thing and then get them to spit out nice,
clean looking.
Yeah, it's actually really pretty. It looks good. I made sure I took all of the icons and logos for each of the series and made them all a standard size, so that way they all look uniform across the page. Yeah, and too much time.
Unlike I was gonna say some of the high limit room things on Flow.
Yeah, 3 guys, in Ohio, with zero money, seem to produce a higher quality broadcast than they do.
I've noticed that a lot. You'll watch you'll see a news clip from cable TV of a politician on a cable news show, and they're using their cell phone or their laptop camera, and it's like, you don't have an intern that can set all this up for you.
Yeah, get a little tripod or something.
I'm using a GoPro. You don't even have to have anything fancy.
Yeah, you don't have to have a $700 camera that just sits here.
But yeah, did you get to watch any of the high limit stuff?
I watched a little bit of it. Yeah, I saw Larson win the first round last night, and I saw it's really funny. I saw his son
immediately climb up the wing.
Immediately climb up the wing and go over the wing and then slide down. But then I also saw him choke hold his sister, and then Caitlin go over and just grab him off of her and push him away. That was hilarious.
Yeah, I was shocked at how quickly he got up that wing.
Yeah, he's up there.
I did like Kyle's comment where he was like, well, now he's got to do some winning so he can climb onto his own wing. But yeah,
night
one rained out. I did not watch. I'll be completely honest. I did not watch any of night one. I got off of work at 2:00 and I was taking a nap by 2:30. So I didn't watch any of night one. I did watch most of it yesterday. That first race, Larson, flag to flag leading, good battle with Macedo and Thorson, rounding out the top 3. Poor Justin Peck in that, running second, taken out almost at the beginning. I don't think he had anything else it was just bad luck the rest of the night. But then you got race 2, lap 1, and Larson ends up in the infield with a flat tire. So, you go from top of the world in race 1, and then, I don't know, high limit has to handicap him a little bit. So you can make the night a little more entertaining than him just.
It was the race director just out there with a stick, just stabbing his tire. Like,
They've
all
got a
right, we're
little.
gonna put a slow leak in your tire, and we're gonna let
There's a blowgun on the push truck, and you just shoot a little dart into it because they got to make it entertaining. But yeah, race 2, you got Tyler Courtney, Day, and Brad Sweet. We both don't have Dirt Vision, so we didn't get to watch the Outlaws opener. But I mean, from the some of the little clips I saw of it, that night 3 win by Tyler Courtney coming through and stealing it. Turn 4, final straightaway, steals the win.
Was
away,
that from Rico?
Yeah, stealing it from Rico. Yeah, they had that. There was that clip going around of his crew member in the infield just losing his mind, jumping up and down. But yeah, I mean, pretty interesting with the Outlaws season opener and all the high limit guys showing up.
Yeah, that was weird.
I mean, night 1 of it, Thursday night, you had high limit sweeping it. Night 2, Gravel comes away with the win, but second and third, Rico and Peck, both high limit guys. Night 3, Courtney, Rico, Sweet, high limit guys. And then night 4, local boy, Sheldon, Anthony Macri, and then Sweet again. So, and then did you see over the weekend the drama that the high limit Twitter account started?
No, I didn't.
It was, somebody, I'm guessing their social media guy, starting drama with the fact that high limit was coming and invading and taking away some races from the Outlaws guys, which I do think a nice little rivalry will be healthy for the two. I'm still a little mad and upset that high limit is not racing anywhere near us. So
yet that race still is up there.
Yeah, September's still open.
There.
It'll go to like Atomic or something.
Yeah, because they need more.
That way
we'll take it again.
But yeah, it's so nice to have dirt racing back. Throw on flow while you do everything else at night. And then the weekends, I was sitting there during the Volusia weekend with World of Outlaws this past weekend. I was sitting at work and I was like, man, I'm making this money right now. I could buy Dirt Vision for the year. And I can't get myself to spend the $300 for Dirt Vision.
It's so stupid expensive. Like, why?
Why does
it have to be that much?
I wish they kind of had tiered ones, because I don't care so much about some of the weekly racing. So I don't care to see, Sharon I don't know if they still are a weekly Dirt Vision track. But I mean, Flow does a lot of that weekly stuff, and when I turn it on, the production value is so low on it, it's almost unwatchable.
Yeah, they must be giving these just track video guys uplink it to like. Yeah,
you're glitching real bad there.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. I don't know what's been going on in my neighborhood this past month with my internet provider, but I saw one of their trucks down the road a couple of hours ago. So
that's never a good sign, because my roommate will text me. She works from home, and she'll text me and be like, "Internet's out," and then on my way home from work, I'll see a Spectrum truck down the road, and I'm like, "Well,
it's still
Spectrum was down the road again." That's what happens when infrastructure with stuff like that. It's been the same since the 80s.
Yeah, and it really sucks. I really want to go through my phone provider, my cell phone provider, but unfortunately, they don't cover it in my area yet. And really, there's only one service provider besides satellite in my area, so I can't even go get like Uverse or anything like that. Like, well, not that I get TV, but
You can't get Xfinity 10G speeds.
no,
I don't think we can even get Xfinity
I don't.
around here.
No, I
But
want some T-Mobile internet. So all those horrible commercials really make me want it.
I loved Scrubs too, and they just ruined it with those commercials.
They're so bad.
Which I'm not excited about. You know, we could talk about it. Daytona coming up this weekend, NASCAR season starting. We know I'm going to watch any race available I can, you know, by whatever means possible. I've plead the fifth. I will not self-incriminate.
I got a trial of YouTube TV.
Just to watch the 500?
Just to watch the 500. Well, I wanted to watch the truck race and the Xfinity races too. And because I'm trying to get myself more into NASCAR, since last year I really didn't. And it made it really hard to talk about it on the podcast, the next week. But yeah, I want to see what's going on with that. I want to watch, the qualifying and stuff because with IndyCar, I know what their procedure is.
Yeah.
NASCAR, I don't really know what the procedure is, so I kind of want to see it. I know they give like 0 time for practice, but
that's going to be interesting. It's on at 8:30 tonight, so we'll be able to finish up. I might have a snack for dinner and then throw it on while I'm trying to go to sleep tonight. But it starts at 8:30 tonight, and then man, we just go straight into racing.
Yeah, I mean, tomorrow night is the duels.
With ARCA practice and truck practice right before.
Oh, really? What's ARCA on?
FS1.
Oh, it's on Fox Sports 1 too.
If it's televised. I've got the Bob Pockrass. He's the best for any NASCAR information. If you don't follow him on Twitter, follow Bob.
I swear, all you have to do, there's 3 people that you need to follow on Twitter, and that's Adam Stern, Bob Pockrass, and Walkipedia. That's all you need to follow on Twitter. If you need to know anything in motorsport, just follow those 3.
Speaking of which, this is going to be a freestyle episode here for our 0 viewers. But did you see the infographic that came out this week? I think it's the most followed drivers on Instagram.
No, I didn't.
And it's Tony Bellinger, who does some dirt stuff and some truck in Xfinity. I think she's running the full ARCA season this year. She's the one who had the Victoria's Secret sponsored truck last year.
She's not the one that's driving Xfinity, right? No, not the one driving Indy Next.
Yeah, no.
That's Ashley Brewer?
Sure.
I think that's Ashley Brewer.
No, she does a little bit of dirt stuff and trucks in Xfinity.
Yeah, it's Ashley.
But number 2 was Haley Deegan, which I mean we all know
was number 3. The other who is she? Crap.
Natalie Decker.
Yeah, was it her?
No, it was
Bubba Wallace.
Yeah,
Really?
was number 3. Yeah.
Was he just throwing thirst traps out there or something?
No, because I think Bubba's one of the, and this is something we've talked about, he's one of the only ones who's a little more natural on social media. A little more raw, a little more emotion. And I think people, haters are going to use Instagram. You feel like it's a little more personal on Instagram than it is Twitter. But yeah, Bubba was number 3. He was the most followed Cup driver on Instagram. I think Cup's most popular driver, the Golden Boy Chase Elliott, was like way down the list.
Wow. Well, he's not really.
He'd have
funny.
to have some kind of personality. Which is funny because when I got back into NASCAR in 2019, 2020, Chase was my favorite driver.
Was this Tony also the one that had the OnlyFans car?
I don't know about the OnlyFans car. I know she did the Victoria's Secret car.
She's got eyebrows like a certain adult film star.
Which
popular.
I would love to have a diecast of the Victoria's Secret car. I also want a diecast of the OnlyFans Porsche because it would just be funny to have.
You know, as an Ohio.
You froze again, and every time you do, I'm going to take a picture of the wonderful faces that it froze on for you.
Iowan. It's not as bad as Joe's.
I don't know. I don't know how much of that you know happened there, but you froze and saying as in Ohio, and then it froze for about 30 seconds and then froze again, and then said not as bad as Joe's. That's all I got out of all of that. I also, every time you do that now, I'm going to take a picture of how your face freezes.
No, I was saying, I'm proud to be an Ohioan. You know, our export is Victoria's Secret.
Yeah, it's good old Wes
Lexner. Yeah.
Yeah.
We won't talk about who his friends were.
But
he didn't hang himself.
I would love a diecast of the Victoria's Secret car and then the OnlyFans Porsche that ran in like GT4, just because they're the most random out there sponsorships possible.
Yeah, the Victoria's Secret truck looks.
Yeah, it was a good looking truck, but. Yeah, Daytona weekend, one of the...
I got a good sponsor for Denny Hamlin.
Denny?
Tampax. No, not a good one.
It just makes me think of the South Park NASCAR episode where Cartman is drinking Vagisil because he thinks it'll make him stupid. Again, we've gone off on a tangent.
I mean, we had Viagra at one point.
Mark Martin in the number 6 Viagra car.
So I mean, we have other.
You had the Extends car, too.
So we can have boner pills, but we can't have. They freak out about Natalie Decker's sponsors.
Man, that was quite the tangent we went on there.
It always is.
But yeah, I mean, racing starting tonight through the weekend, which could be into Monday because the weather's not looking so great out in Florida this weekend. the good old Florida weather, winter, early spring, whatever you want to call it. I feel like every year since I've gotten back into NASCAR, there has been a rain delay of some type in the 500 weekend.
Come on. Open.
We're trying to run the Weather Channel. Look at the Weather Channel website. Yeah, good luck
so
there.
slow. The Weather Channel website sucks.
Well, it's because it's got to run its 9,000 ads.
Yeah, 98% chance of rain on Sunday.
So it may be a
chance on Saturday. Friday, we got like a 9% chance, 25% chance at night. So it's gonna be a wash of weekend.
We might get the truck race in. Because that's racing Friday night, 7:30. And then which is funny with
race the big oval at Daytona.
Mm-hmm.
That's so I don't understand why race in the
repeat that, you froze again.
Run arc and at
Were you saying that why they run them at Lucas Oil?
Yeah.
Because it's a better race. The trucks are, I mean, the trucks on the super speedway are a show, but it is nice to see the trucks where they're meant to be. The trucks, when it started as a series, were always running smaller tracks. That's why we had trucks at Mansfield back in the day. So now they're trying, like with Indy and Lucas Oil right there, they're trying to go back to the roots on some of that stuff of having the trucks run those small ovals right there, which is what they should do. But it's also nice when they do run the super speedways, because some of those ARCA guys are, they're working their way up the rungs of the ladder. So you give them that practice on the restrictor plate tracks. So they get their experience on Daytona and Talladega, but they can also run some of those smaller tracks like Lucas. I mean, when we went there last year, the crowd at Lucas was packed.
It was, but yeah, it was also good because, everyone was, I'm sure a lot of those people were either, already in town for, the IndyCar, NASCAR weekend, and it's just an easy drive to go literally 10 minutes down the road and
get some
Jaggers
chicken. Oh, it's funny. So I had to take, I would say I would give this guy the position of an executive at work somewhere today. And he was at that race. And I mentioned Jaggers. I said, if you ever go back to Indianapolis, I said, you got to go to this little fast food chicken place called Jaggers. I said, it was one of the best chicken sandwiches I've ever had. I said, me and my business partner, I was like, every time we talk about Indianapolis, we talk about that damn chicken sandwich and how excited we are. We only want to go to Indy to go get that chicken sandwich.
Yeah, and I plan on going to Indy quite a few times. So I'm gonna be
so if you think about it, if we get all 3 or 4 Indianapolis trips, I think we're just gonna eat there every day.
Yeah, it's just Jaggers. We're gonna load up on tons of. We're not gonna be hungry though by the time we're done.
We'll just
IMS's catering.
We'll just skip the dinner every night.
Just go.
And just go get chicken
Jaggers.
sandwiches because it was like $10 or something.
That was so good.
But yeah, I mean, I'm excited to have NASCAR back. It's something to do on my weekends when I'm just, sitting here playing games or writing our notes for the weekend. And it's the 500. I mean, who doesn't get excited about the 500?
Great races come in 500 and one in 600. Sorry, we won't leave you out, Charlotte.
But yeah,
you're good, Charlotte.
I'm excited for it with the restrictor plate tracks. You never know who's gonna come out on top. In the last couple of years, you had Cindric, McDowell, winner last year, Ricky Stenhouse. So, we had talked about it. I still never got the NASCAR app to work, neither on my phone nor my computer, so we could make our fantasy picks for this week. We're going to make a conceited effort this year to keep up on our fantasy picks. We did really well for the first half of the season last year, but we didn't do so well towards the end there.
Hard to forget.
What was that? You froze again.
I know. I will go over my picks though, since I got it to work. Now, no stealing them. Okay, so I have in my starters, I have Denny Hamlin, Kyle Busch, Joey Logano, Chase Elliott, and Ricky Stenhouse, and in my garage is Alex Bowman.
See, you fucked up with two of your picks there. Do not change your picks right now. Do not change them.
Not changing them. They're staying.
You fucked up by putting two Hendrick drivers in there.
Why? They have the curse?
We're out of order here, but yeah, Hendrick. Yeah, you messed up there.
Done messed up, right? Wrong.
I'll give you my picks are Denny, Blaney, Keselowski, Stenhouse, Bubba, and then I'm just going to throw a wild card into my garage. So
and then it comes up with the featured matchups. And these ones, it doesn't matter if we both pick them because there's only two options to pick in each one of these. So Ty Gibbs versus Joey Logano, and I picked Joey Logano.
I'm going to go Joey there.
Ricky Stenhouse versus Michael McDowell. I just picked McDowell.
I'll just Stenhouse just to be different.
Chastain versus Reddick. I just like Reddick better, so I picked Reddick. And then the last one is Josh Berry versus Zane Smith, and I just picked Josh Berry because I want him to do good.
Yeah, that's so. The reason I said the picking Hendrick driver, putting him in your fantasy picks is my question is what Hendrick driver is going to win the pole?
Mm-hmm.
Because Hendrick has won the pole the last few years.
Byron.
I'm going to go with
Bowman. Yeah, hopefully. Well, since Bowman's not dirt racing this year, hopefully he can actually get up there in the points a little better this year.
Yeah, the last few years they have won the pole for Daytona, and then they're nowhere to be found in the race. I think RFK with Buescher, Keselowski, and then they're going to have David Reagan as a third driver this year, who's a strong plate racer as is. I think they're going to be a force to reckon with.
So it's really funny. At the bottom of the fantasy page, they give you good bet, bad, 2 good bets, 2 bad bets, and a sleeper. First good bet is
Denny, yeah.
Denny Second one is Blaney. They tell you to avoid Larson, avoid Truex Jr., and the sleeper is Chris Buescher. But I wasn't even going to pick Larson because I want to save it, because they only give you
10. You only get 10
uses per driver, and there's like bajillion races. There's like what, 30 some races?
Well, it's 20 something because it resets at the playoffs.
Okay. So, I kept it conservative for the first race.
Yeah, I mean the super speedways, Daytona, Talladega, and Atlanta. I mean, that's when you want to really use some of those guys you might not use every once in a while, because you never know. Those are just a crapshoot of who's going to win. So you can throw that guy. You can throw that Noah Gragson in this year, or the Zane Smith, the rookies that you're not sure about. You can throw them in there, and you may end up coming out with a good result on them. But yeah, I mean, with the Cup race this week, you got 42 cars going for 40 spots. So who are your two that you think are going to go home? You got, and I put it in our notes, but Kaz Gralla, David Reagan,
BJ, Regan, Gralla, and Yealy. Honestly, I don't know.
I'm gonna go with Alfredo and Gralla.
They're both Xfinity drivers, aren't they?
They're more just journeymen. For the last few years, just kind of. Alfredo is a full-time Xfinity driver. Kaz Gralla, he's a journeyman who's just taken pretty much any ride he can over the last few years. He's a good driver. He's had a lot of, surprise finishes, but it's been a lot of he'll just take whatever ride he can.
Wait, did qualifying it's tonight?
It's 8:30 tonight.
Why do they qualify at night when the race is during the day?
Yes.
F1, IndyCar, both qualify close to when the race time normally would be.
Well, they don't. Tonight's not even technically qualifying because they're just putting down fast times to go into the duels. I mean, I guess it is qualifying for the duels to go into the duels.
So what
to qualify for?
Like inside row, duel 2 does outside row? Is that how it does?
Yeah.
So whoever wins both, and then it goes back. So kind of like 2 group qualifying, basically, just in a race format.
Yeah, and then those 6 cars that aren't chartered, it's fastest time or highest duel position. So you'll have that added thing for those 6 cars going in. But you also, I mean, then you get into trucks in Xfinity, you've got 6 cars that are going to go home in Xfinity. And then 2 more in trucks that are going to go home. And those are just on time. Those are just fastest lap. There's no duels for them.
And then, I think trucks qualify Friday and race Friday.
Yeah.
And then Xfinity, do they qualify Saturday and race Saturday?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, because Saturday you got Cup practice, which comes after qualifying and after the duels. So you've already put X amount of laps down, and then you're going to practice for whatever reason. Then, Xfinity qualifying, ARCA race, Yeah, ARCA race and then Xfinity race Saturday evening ish, and then Sunday the 500 itself.
So is ARCA races tomorrow too, or they race? They race on Saturday.
Yeah, they race on Saturday, which was a weird. There's a whole thing with SVG because he's going to run.
That's not the order.
Yeah, it's this weekend's one of those. It's just all over the place, and the duels kind of throw that off. So yeah, it's the 500. It's all kinds of a mess, and
yeah, it's. I find NASCAR so weird because they're having a qualifying session before a practice session.
Yeah, I don't know why they have that cup practice session in there.
Do they even have a practice before the duels?
No. The first laps
so weird to me. Like,
well, I mean, the thing is on the restrictor plate tracks. So, like I said, Daytona, Talladega, and Atlanta. All you're doing is just holding it wide open. They're just pedal to the metal all the way around the track. So they don't necessarily need practice time. But yeah, so even normal non-500 weekends, they just go straight into qualifying. Your first laps on track are just qualifying. So I don't honestly know why they have that cup practice in there on Friday. Now, we've had this topic on the pod here a few times of going to a Cup Series race. We've talked about it on weekends where you'd like to, as a fan or us taking pictures or whatnot, covering the race, you'd want more track time. So you've got all these fans that have paid all this money to stay in the infield or camp outside of the track, and they only get, half an hour for practice, maybe an hour for qualifying, and then just you get the race. That's it. Where you've got series like IndyCar that you get, 3 practices, qualifying, and everything else. Well, Kyle has left the room, so it's just me right now. We'll see what happens. There he is. We got him.
This damn internet today.
Don't worry. I actually spoke the whole time that time, so we're good.
That's
there.
Good. I kept my mouth closed so you couldn't get a funny face.
Did you see the one in our group chat on Facebook?
Yeah, that's the one you sent a while ago.
Yeah, but I'm just excited for racing to be back. We had our little taste of dirt this past weekend. You can throw some this coming weekend, you can throw some World of Outlaw late models at Volusia on the TV. They're racing Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And then you got Daytona all weekend. Cal froze up again. You're back.
This is driving me absolutely insane.
Well, we don't have a whole lot more, so we'll just we'll jump to the late breaking news. Most of it coming out today. Frozen again. Oh, there. Oh, are you back? Are you back?
I'm here. Maybe.
But the late breaking news early this afternoon, the Nashville Grand Prix being moved from downtown to the Super Speedway.
Yeah, I actually I listened in on the press conference this afternoon with that, and I don't know how they didn't already know that my my parents were out in Nashville in January, or and they said that there was tons of construction on Broadway. So I don't know why they didn't think that that was going to be an issue. And then with the Titans Stadium being remodeled, rebuilt, or whatever, kind of right in that area as well, I'm not sure why they just didn't revert back to the old layout that didn't really touch any of that area as much.
It feels to me, and I love the series, but it feels to me like such an IndyCar move.
It is. They are always trying to.
The best intentions and the worst follow through.
Yeah. So so I guess we can classify this whole race season, this year's IndyCar season, as the first half is road courses.
The last thing we got was the first half is road courses.
Yeah, I mean, the first half is road courses, and the second half is mostly ovals. So I mean, the last 3 races of the season are all ovals. You have the 2 races at Milwaukee, and then Nashville. And then in that too, you have the what was that, WeatherTech Raceway? No, not Laguna Seca. It's the other one.
Yes,
Worldwide Technology Raceway,
which is a circle, which is an oval,
which is an oval too. So it's like we have all these street courses, heavy, street course, whatever, road course heavy in the beginning, and then you have all ovals basically minus Portland in the second half, which is
and then
dumb in my. It's just, it doesn't. I mean, I get it, but it,
you froze big time that time.
Yeah, I know. So I don't know what you caught, but it's the oval races are good, but they can easily not be good as well.
Yeah,
Which is less is. I mean, you see more action. A bad road course race is still a decent race. a bad oval race is just a bad race. You know,
the oval race, you get the excitement of a lot of lead changes. You get the crazy fuel strategy because the cars are not, they're constantly having to pit every 50 laps for fuel and this and that. You get a good mix. There is a good mix, but it's not mixed through the schedule well.
Yeah, it's
a good schedule if it was mixed better. And it's like I kind of hinted towards, it's a very IndyCar thing that you ruin your momentum on these things because of the schedule. You ruin your momentum on things because of Paramount Plus or the CW or whoever it may be doing 100 Days to Indy. We've already kind of seen between the importance of Drive to Survive and now this NASCAR thing, how well the raw and uncensored footage, documentary style of those shows can do for your series. And, we just get a piss poor product in the 100 Days to Indy.
It wasn't good at all. It was, you compare it to, was it Full Speed?
Yeah.
And it's just night and day difference.
But
but Netflix just has a good storytelling ability in all of their
this same topic. We had news right before we got on today. Fox
Racer
eyeing the
Racer
IndyCar
put it out. Yeah.
Fox.
Yeah.
Are you ready? Are you ready for Cartoon Pato Award?
No, God, no.
Is your daughter gonna love cartoon Alex Palou?
Alex Palou.
Oh,
Rossi.
Rossi, sorry. I confused the two. No, I think we've been doing this for 2.5 years now of me confusing the IndyCar drivers.
So the thing is, the NBC product is so good. And I know people are going to say, "Oh, well, we can get it on a good cable network in an because it would be on FS1 when it's not on Fox proper." And I mean, so at the beginning of NASCAR season, where are they going to put it?
Yeah, no,
because NASCAR's all over those networks all the time.
Are they? Is IndyCar and the networks trying to do a NASCAR model though, where they split it up?
Yeah, but I mean, with IndyCar, and I think a lot of fans. I mean, I'm a nerd, so I like watching every practice and qualifying session because I want to know what the story is through the whole weekend, and it's the closest thing to being at the track that I can get when I'm not there. And it's great to have that on Peacock for IndyCar. And it's something that I miss sometimes with NASCAR is that they don't. IMSA really annoys me because none of their practice sessions are televised. And is Fox going to do that, with their new streaming app that they're trying to launch?
Well, yeah,
they're trying to put NASCAR, F1 and IndyCar all on one.
It's going to be quite interesting. I really hope they just keep it on NBC. Being able to pull up the Peacock app for the $5 a month if you pay for ads and stuff.
Yeah, it's
Peacock is.
I don't understand what people have an issue with Peacock. Like the majority of people out there don't have cable. So for you to have a subscription service that only costs $5 a month with ad supported, which is one of the cheapest streaming services that you can get right now, I mean, Netflix isn't that cheap, and they don't stream like live.
Yeah.
To get live racing coverage that is the exact same thing that you would get on TV because it's the same broadcast. It's $5 a month, and it's got tons of other NBC products. You can, if you're into, Saturday Night Live, you can watch it live on Peacock.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense to me why people are so hard set on cable. Why do people still like it?
Boomers.
It's so stupid. Like, nobody has cable. Look at me. I'm to buy YouTube TV, which you could probably watch. You can watch every NASCAR or almost. You can watch the beginning and end portions of the NASCAR season on that. You might be able to watch the TNT one on YouTube TV, and you can watch probably every IMSA race on there. You can probably watch all IndyCar races on there, but it's going to cost you. You can also watch, NFL on there, but it's going to cost you $80 a month.
Yeah.
I thought we cut the cord to get rid of paying $80 a month, and then you're still probably, because you're not just going to have YouTube TV. You're going to have Hulu. You're going to have Netflix. You're going to have all these other ones. You're probably still going to pay for Peacock. So here you are. You're spending way more a month than you were for cable.
Yeah, we just circled back to the cable model.
We thought, infinite. It's an infinite money loop for these networks that, now we can own it. We can determine. I don't know. It drives me nuts that, this whole thing was supposed to be cutting the cord, and now we're out here spending way more. And people are like, the counter to that is, well, you don't have to buy those ones. Yes, you do. If you want to freaking watch a show, and you don't want to pay for cable and you don't have cable, or there's exclusives only that are only streaming.
Yeah, you got a few of those that are going to be only Peacock.
I've been wanting to watch Ted Lasso because it looks hilarious. And TikTok is the worst too, because it shows you all of these shows and everything.
Yeah, the clips.
And then you're like, well, shit, I don't have Apple TV, so I can't watch that, or I don't have Paramount Plus. And it's like,
well, yeah, and then
you used to be able to just tune into TV, set your DVR, and you'd be able to watch it.
IndyCar doing with Paramount Plus. I mean, who has Paramount Plus?
IndyCar, NASCAR, IndyCar's doing.
I thought it was Paramount Plus, the 100 days to Indy.
Only. I think it's still with CW, and you can still watch it on CW. It's the Road to Indy.
Yeah,
but I think they're doing that for international customers, Paramount Plus. Because I don't know how Paramount Plus is popular anywhere, but when they have the new reboot of iCarly, that's the only thing that I know that's on Paramount Plus.
I couldn't tell you. We've been through this a million times. I only watch YouTube and then my races. That's about it. But the last thing, and this was breaking, I think it was today or yesterday. Like I said, with working all of this, the days have just run together. But David Malukas breaking his hand in a biking.
Yeah, he pulled a freaking Lance Stroll. Right before the season, and goes and breaks his hand. He had surgery today. And he's going to be out for 6 weeks after he gets his stitches out, and he doesn't get his stitches out until the 22nd of February. So he's definitely missing the first race.
It's a Chase Elliott situation.
So who is going to? Is it Connor Daly? Did they bring Connor Daly?
I can't. It's all the way over there. I can't reach it, but I was just gonna pull out my Connor Daly hat.
I'm sure they would love to bring in Larson, but that's a no-go. Or does Tony Kanaan come out of retirement and race?
It's probably Connor Daly.
I mean, he is the
all over
ultra-
reserve driver.
Yeah, he's like Nick DeVries in 2022.
He's just
Everywhere.
the NTT IndyCar Series reserve driver.
The poor guy can't actually get a ride, but he's in everything.
Probably one of the most popular IndyCar drivers.
If SVG isn't racing, that'd be a fun addition. But no, they'll probably play it safe and pull somebody that's already driven an IndyCar. I don't know who.
It's why Connor Daly tends to make the most sense. Can you tell it's after 7 o'clock?
Yeah,
dude, I've never had, and he's usually not. Those were my headphones.
Or do they pull an Indy Next driver out?
I didn't hear a word you said because he just ripped the headphones out from behind my ear.
I said, or do they move an Indy Next driver out?
That would be the most logical.
But I don't even know who
short of
they would bring up.
Connor Daly.
I don't know who's.
My say would be Daly or whoever Indy Next driver. But I don't know. I guess
Get Ernie Francis.
Yeah,
in there. Get some diversity in IndyCar.
How many weeks are we from Long Beach? It's just
too many.
There's St. Pete, the opener. I think I did this last
St.
year.
Petersburg. March 10th is the race. So
okay, so we're a month out.
Oh, nice. The Tag Heuer has a thing on their on IndyCar's website. 24 days, 4 hours and 50 minutes away. 24 days. That's so long. So freaking long. March 10th. I mean, March 10th doesn't sound. I guess it is only the 14th of February. So.
Okay. Has this been a weird month? Does it feel like it should be like next week right now?
It feels like it should be over already.
Okay.
Like close. It's going slow. It's the shortest month and it's going really slow.
Okay. I thought so.
I'm like, is it already done? Like, I'm like stressing, like, oh man, things are coming up quick. I'm like, oh God, it's only the second week.
Yeah, but did you have anything else this week after our hodgepodge?
Oh man. Who are you picking to win the 500? We got to do this.
Okay, I'll let you go first.
All right. I'm going to go with I don't know. I didn't freeze. I'm still here thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why do I draw a blank of who these drivers are?
I mean, you could really just throw any name out there.
All right, let's go with Logano.
That's a really good pick. The Penske
Is it
cars,
really?
Yeah, the Penske cars tend to be pretty. You went with Ford. Oh,
You're gonna go with the hat?
No, I was scrolling on Twitter to see who would be the first driver that would pop up. And do you know who the first driver that popped up was?
Was it Denny?
It was Denny.
I mean, that's a good pick too, though.
It is. I'm going to go with Brad Keselowski.
All right.
Because I would like to see him win.
Did you see That I want that convertible NASCAR. That thing's freaking amazing.
Yeah, but you got anything else? I think we did our picks. This is going to be one of the, we only have one this time.
Hey,
we don't have to do
my screenshots aren't bad. Those aren't too bad.
No, just the first one cracks me up.
Oh. No, I think that's all. It'll be interesting to see how things go this weekend. And of course, we'll be back next Wednesday. Hopefully,
the trader will be back with us.
Hopefully, Dan
trader
doesn't have it. Plan your dates on a different day, Dan. When I want to spend time with my wife, I don't do it on Wednesdays. Jeez.
But yeah, that's all I got this week.
All right, guys. We'll see you next week here on the FTI Podcast. Hopefully, sometime soon. Again, we'll have another guest come on. It's been a few weeks.
We're always looking for guests, so just hit one of the three of us up.
Get those viewer counts back up.
Hey, we had 4 at one point tonight, so
hey, that's decent. And then it was my camera. My camera ruined it.
All right, guys. See you next week.
See you later.